So today we are going to discuss about the KTU question paper. KTU means Kerala Technological University question paper, and the subject is fluid mechanics. So the first problem is I am reading the problem, so listen carefully, okay? A Kaplan turbine develops 15,000 kilowatt power at a head of 30 meter. The diameter of the boss is 3.0.35 times the diameter of the runner. Assuming the speed ratio, flow ratio, and overall efficiency, calculate the diameter of the runner and rotational speed. So, what we have to do? The first point is write down the given data. What is the given data? Turbine develops 15,000 kilowatt. So that is the output power. That notation is capital P. So P is equal to 15,000 kilowatt, that is written. And at the head of 30 meter it is also given. So H is equal to 30 meter. And in the problem they have given the diameter of the boss is 0.35 times the diameter of the runner. What is the notation of diameter of boss? Capital D suffix B. And diameter of runner is capital D suffix R. So dB is equal to 0.35 times dr, and whatever the values they have given, we have to write it down. That is speed ratio Ku is equal to 2, flow ratio Kf is equal to 0.65, and overall efficiency eta O is equal to 90%. And the next thing is you have to write what they have asked to find. So to find, what is that? Calculate the diameter of the runner and the rotational speed. So diameter of runner notation is capital D suffix R, and the rotational speed is n. The next point what we have to do, we have to write the formula. How can we find the diameter? It's a simple. If you know the discharge formula, you can easily find out what is the diameter. That is, we all know that discharge is equal to area into velocity. In the area, you will have the diameter. So here, write down the formula. Q is equal to area into velocity. Velocity is nothing but velocity of flow. Area is pi by 4 dr square minus dB square. And the rotational speed, u is equal to pi dn by 60, because the velocity is directly proportional to the speed. So u is equal to pi into d into n divided by 60. So these are the two formulas you have to use for finding out the thing what they ask us to find. So now the solution. Come to the solution. So here for finding dr, we must know all the other terms. Okay, here what is the formula? Q is equal to pi by 4 dr square minus dB square into Vf1. Here dr is the, we have to find. So whatever the other things we must know, that is Q value, dB value and Vf value must be known to us. If we don't know what is the value for Q, dB and Vf, we can't find out what is dr. So how can we find? Here they didn't give what is the value of Q, what is the value of dB. They have given only the value for Vf. So first thing we have to find out what is the discharge. How to find out discharge? P is equal to rho g Q into H into eta O. So power developed is equal to rho g into Q into H into eta O. Now see, here P is the known value, rho g and all we know that, head is known, and eta O, that is also given in the problem. So with that we can find out what is Q. And Vf. Vf can be found out by using the flow ratio, that is Vf is equal to Kf into root of 2gh. Here Kf is given, H is given. So you can find out what is Vf and Q. After finding Q and Vf, substitute in the formula. PQ is equal to area into velocity in that formula and find out what is the diameter of runner. After finding the diameter of runner, you have to find what is this rotational speed n. For finding the rotational speed, you must know what is u. So how to find u? U is equal to ku into root of 2gh. So with the h and ku, that and all they have given in the problem, values have given in the problems. With that you can find out what is u1. So finally you can find out n. So what are the formulas we have used in this formula? Q, U, P, Vf1, u1. For finding u1, again we have used a ku into root of 2gh. So finally you will get the result. The second problem is, I am again reading the problem. A jet of water having a velocity of 35 meter per second impinges without shock on a series of vanes moving at 20 meter per second. The jet angle at inlet is 30 degree and the jet angle at the exit is 60 degree. Find vane angles at entrance and exit, work done on vanes per unit weight, and finally hydraulic efficiency. So you are having a water which is coming with the velocity of 35 meter per second. It is striking on a vanes. The vane is also moving at 20 meter per second. They have given the angle, that is at which angle the water is striking the vane. That is your inlet angle 30 degree is given, and the water which is going out at an angle, they have also given that outlet angle is 60 degree. What you have to find is the vane angle at inlet and outlet and the work done and the finally efficiency. So the first thing is you have to write down the given data. So inlet velocity V1 is given, vane velocity U is given, jet angle at inlet alpha is given, beta is given. What we have to find? Vane angle at entrance and exit. What is the notation? Theta and phi. Theta is for inlet and phi is for exit. And work done per unit weight and the hydraulic efficiency eta h. So if you want to do this problem, you have to first draw the velocity triangle. Then only we can find out easily the inlet angle, inlet vane angle and the exit vane angle. Okay, first draw the velocity triangle. So you have to draw inlet velocity triangle as well as the outlet velocity triangle. So the water is striking the vane with the velocity, the notation is V1, at an angle of alpha, that you have to represent, and the vane is also moving at a velocity of 20 meter per second. So you have to represent U1 in the velocity, in the inlet velocity as U1. So obviously you will be having the relative velocity, that is VR1. So V1's horizontal component is VW1, V1 vertical component is Vf1. These are the things you have to represent in the inlet velocity triangle. What are the things? V1, U1, VR1, VW1 and Vf1. Okay, clear? So V1 is striking the vane at an angle of alpha. VR1, that is the relative velocity at an angle of theta, that is the vane angle, that you have to find it out. So how to find out theta? See the velocity triangle. That is tan theta. You can use any trigonometric equation, sin theta, cos theta or tan theta. Sin theta means opposite side by hypotenuse. What is the opposite side? Vf1 divided by Vr1. You can use cos theta. Cos theta is equal to adjacent side divided by hypotenuse. So here what is the adjacent? Vw1 minus u1. So cos theta is equal to Vw1 minus u1 divided by Vr1. Or you can use the tan theta. Tan theta is equal to opposite side divided by adjacent side. So Vf1 divided by Vw1 minus u1. So whatever you can use, the only thing is you have to find the values for each notations. V1 is given, but we don't know what is VR1, but we don't know what is VF1. We also didn't know what is VW1. So with alpha, V1 value and U1 value, you have to find remaining values for the other thing. Okay, this is the inlet velocity triangle. So the same thing you have to represent in the velocity triangle. That is in the outlet. If it is in outlet, you have to write it as 2. In inlet velocity triangle, we have represented it as V1. If it is in outlet, you have to represent it as V2. Okay. So in outlet velocity triangle, the water will be coming out with a relative velocity VR2, and the vane is also moving. So it has U2. It has a vane angle of phi. With VR2 and U2, you will get what is the velocity at the outlet V2. And V2's vertical component is Vf2 and V2's horizontal component is Vw2. Are we all clear about this velocity triangle? So now we can write down what is the formula. Formula is first one is theta. Tan theta is equal to Vf1 divided by Vw1 minus U1. Whatever you want, you can write. I have taken only tan theta is equal to Vf1 divided by Vw1 minus U1. If you want, you can take sin theta. If you want, you can take cos theta. Okay. And how to find out phi? Okay. How to find phi? Here you have to apply sine rule. That we can discuss while solving the problem. And what is the formula for work done? Work done is equal to, it is a general formula, 1 by G into Vw1 plus Vw2 into U. And eta H is equal to, that is the hydraulic efficiency, is equal to work done per unit weight divided by energy supplied per unit weight. Okay, now it is clear. Let's go to the solution. What is the first thing? Listen carefully. Inlet velocity triangle. From the inlet velocity triangle, you can calculate what is theta. And from the outlet velocity triangle, we will get what is the phi. So now concentrate only in the inlet velocity triangle for finding out theta value. Okay. So here tan theta, what I have took is tan theta is equal to Vf1 divided by Vw1 minus U1. Here what are the things we know? Only U. We don't know what is Vf1. We don't know what is Vw1. So how to find that? Vw1 and Vf1, what is that? It is the horizontal and vertical component of V1. So from the inlet triangle, V1's horizontal component is Vw1 and V1's vertical component is Vf1. So sin alpha is equal to Vf1 divided by V1 and cos alpha is equal to Vw1 divided by Vf1. Are we all clear? So from this formula, we can find what is Vf1 and Vw1. After finding the values, substitute in tan theta and you'll easily get what is theta value. So now, how to find phi? Now concentrate only in the outlet velocity triangle. So here you have to apply sine rule. So how to use the sine rule? Take any triangle. So the sides divided by the opposite angle is equal to another side divided by opposite angle is equal to another side divided by opposite angle. This is the rule for the sine. This is the sine rule. So write down the sine rule for the velocity, that is for the outlet velocity triangle. So how we can write? VR2 divided by sine of 180 degree minus beta is equal to U2 divided by sine of 60 minus phi is equal to V2 divided by sine phi. So here you can equate any two components to find out what is the sine value, that is a phi value. Here we are going to use VR2 divided by sine 120 degree. How did we get that 120 degrees? I have written beta in the diagram, that is in the outlet velocity triangle. Beta is nothing but the 60 degree they have given in the problem. So the whole thing is 180 degree minus 60 degree will give you 120 degree. That is, I have written here VR2 is divided by sine of 120 degree is equal to U2 divided by sine of 60 degree minus 5. 60 minus 5. So here U2 is given, which is also equal to U1 because it is striking without shock. So is equal to 20 meter per second. But we don't know what is VR2. And also VR1 also we don't know. So how to find out VR2? In the outlet velocity triangle, we can't find VR2 because we don't know what the other values. Only U2 is known. But we can find out what is VR1 from the inlet velocity triangle. VR2 is equal to VR1. Why we are taking this relation is they have given in the problem it is striking without no shock they have given. So you can equate it VR2 is equal to VR1. So now come to inlet velocity triangle. Okay, now here also we are going to apply the sine rule in the velocity triangle. Take the velocity triangle with respect to theta because we find out what is the value of theta. So theta VR1 divided by sine 90 degree is equal to VF1 divided by sine theta. So you'll get what is the value for VR1. We have assumed we didn't assume, it's given in the problem, there is no shock. So you can take the relation VR1 is equal to VR2. So you can substitute the value of VR1 in VR2. So you can find out what is phi. So the next thing what we have to find is work done divided by unit weight. In that VW1, VW2 and U. These are the three values you have to substitute. VW1 already we found it out. And what about VR2? VW2. How to find out VW2? VR2 cos phi minus U2 will give you what is VW2, that you can find out from the outlet velocity triangle. So here U is also given. So with that you can find out what is work done per unit weight. And the energy supplied is equal to V1 square divided by 2G. Both the values we know. So you have to substitute it and you can find out what is the answer. And after that you can find out what is the eta H. So finally we got the efficiency of 99.9%. So finally you have to write down the result. Vane angle at the entrance theta is equal to, at the exit phi is equal to work done per unit weight and eta H. So hope you all understood. The next problem is a Pelton wheel is to operate under a net head of 500 meter at 420 rpm. If a single jet with a diameter 18 cm is used, find the specific speed. And CV is given, eta is also given. So here it is a Pelton wheel turbine having a head of 500 meter. It is rotating at a speed of 420 rpm. Okay, the jet, the water which is coming out, striking the Pelton wheel, having a diameter of 18 centimeter, you have to find out the specific speed. Now first one is you have to write down the given data. So head is given, h is equal to speed, n is given, diameter of the jet small d is given in terms of centimeter. You have to convert it into meter. What you have to do? You have to divide by 100. Okay, 18 divided by 100 is equal to 0.18 meter. CV is given, eta y is given. So what we have to find? To find is specific speed. What is that notation? ns. What is the formula for finding that specific speed? ns is equal to n into square root of p divided by h power 5 by 4. So simple. ns is equal to n into, what is p? P is the power, we are getting it from the turbine. So n into root p divided by h. H power 5 by 4. One thing you have to You have to keep it in mind. If it is turbine, we are getting power. If it is a pump, we are getting the discharge. So the same formula, you can write it for pump also. What is the formula? It's so simple. Ns is equal to N into square root of Q divided by H power 3 by 4. For turbine, we are getting power. So in the specific speed formula, Ns is equal to, you have to write P. And if it is in pump, you have to write Q. Instead of P, you have to write Q. H is same, but the number is different. If it is a turbine, you have to substitute 5 by 4. If it is a pump, you have to substitute 3 by 4. Okay, now it is clear. So now it is a turbine. So Ns is equal to N into square root of P divided by H power 5 by 4. How to find out P? They didn't give any value about the power in the given problem. So how to find out P? The same formula, rho G Q into H, Q into H into eta O. How to find Q? Again, they didn't give what is the value of discharge. So Q is equal to area into velocity. Area is nothing but pi by 4 into d square into V1. Diameter is given in the problem, but we don't know what is V1. What is V1? CV into root of 2GH. So now the solution, first find out what is V1. V1 is equal to CV into root of 2GH. You will get what is the velocity in terms of meter per second. Discharge Q is equal to pi by 4 d square. Diameter is given 0.18. So substitute in that. Velocity is already, we found it out. Substitute in that, you will get what is discharge. And what about power? P is equal to rho G Q H into eta O. Substitute in that, you will get what is P. Now finally, you have to substitute all the values in Ns. In our formula, Ns is equal to N. N is given 420 and P, square root of P, you have to substitute. Listen carefully. You have to substitute power in terms of kilowatts. No need to convert into watt. You have to substitute in terms of kilowatt. That is 10292. You have to substitute up as it is. Okay. Divided by head is 500. It is given in the problem. So 500 power 5 by 4. You will get easily what is the specific speed. Okay. Okay, the next problem is a centrifugal pump discharges 0.2 meter cube per second of water at a head of 25 meter. When running at a speed of 1400 rpm, the manometric efficiency is 80%. If the impeller has an outer diameter of 30 cm and width of 5 cm, determine the vane angle at the outlet. So this problem is about a pump. About a centrifugal pump, they have given the discharge and their head and their speed and its efficiency, and also they have given what is the impeller diameter. Only the outer diameter is given and the outer width is given. What we have to find? We have to find the vane angle at the outlet. What is the vane angle at the outlet? It is a phi. Okay, first write down the given data. Q is given, H is given, N is given, eta M is given, D2 is given and B2 is also given. What you have to find? We have to find the vane angle at the outlet. So what is the formula? So simple. Tan phi is equal to Vf2 divided by U2 minus Vw2. That you have to write it with respect to, that is with the help of velocity triangle we can write this easily. So in this formula we don't know what is Vf2, we don't know what is Vw2 and we don't know what is U2. You have to find all these terms, then only you can find out what is the phi value. First we can find out what is U2. How to find out U2? The same formula. U2 is equal to pi into d into n divided by 60. As we are finding the velocity at the outlet, you have to write the outer diameter d2. If it is inlet, u1 is equal to pi d1 n divided by 60. Okay. pi into d2 into n divided by 60. All the values they have given in the problem, so you can easily find out what is u2. Next one is you have to find out what is VW2. How to find out VW2? They have given manometric efficiency in the problem. 80% is given. So with the 80%, with that value we can find out what is VW2. So what is the formula connecting manometric efficiency and VW2? Eta m is equal to GH divided by U2 into VW2. So see, in this formula eta m is known, G is known, H is known, U2 is also known. So you can easily find out what is VW2. So the next thing is we have to find what is VF2. How to find VF2? It is again a velocity. If you know the discharge and area, you can easily find out what is VF2. So how to find that? Q is equal to area into velocity pi into d2 into b2. So we have the water is coming through the circumferential area. So pi d into b2. So pi into diameter, that is the outer diameter, into width, outer width into VF2. They have given the discharge. So you can easily find out what is VF2. So the tan phi, by substituting in this formula, you can easily find out what is the vane angle.